Okay, 1e here is kind of tricky. If you watched the videos for C and D, then that was one where it had a similar setup, and I multiplied the equivalent to the 5x here into the rest of it. There should be a couple cues that kind of tell us that we don't want to do that. One, I can't just multiply 5x into this thing because it's squared. So I would have to first square that out and get something with all the way up to x to the fourth and then multiply this in. Secondly, you should see, remember with those u sub videos, if you watched A or B, I talked about recognizing u sub. The derivative of x squared, forget about the 4 for now, the derivative of x squared is something times x. And I have something times x here. So I notice that I have the derivative of the outside, or the derivative of the inside, on the outside. So that kind of cues me off. I think I have to use u sub here, where I let this whole inside piece be my u. And I'll write that u. So let's just go ahead and do it. So I'm going to let u, u equal 4x squared plus 1. Then if I derive that, I get du is equal to, well, I do power rule, I get 8x, and the 1 goes away. That means that, well, so here, notice that I've got a 5 times x. So I want to have a 5x right here. So what I'm going to do is divide by 8 and multiply by 5, which gives me 5/8 du equals, when I divide by 8, it gets rid of the 8, and when I multiply by 5, it gives me 5x. So now what I can do is sub this in for that guy, because I have a 5x here. So my subs are going to be this goes in for that, and then this goes in for that. So I'll continue to write over here. What I get when I sub that in is it really simplifies this. It gives me integral of 5/8 du times u squared. And I can simplify that a little bit. I see power rule in that u squared, so I need to integrate it. But I first want to kind of reorder things. I'm going to pull the 5/8 out to the front of the integral just to get out of the way. Sometimes it's good to have that there because it's part of my integral, but in this case, it just, one, it's not part, two, it looks messy and I want to get it out of the way. So 5/8 u squared du. This should be an easy integral to take. So I bump up the u squared to a u cubed. I get my plus c. And now I need to manage my coefficients. So I know that I'm going to have 5/8. And what I need to do is multiply by 1/3 to balance, like, if you can imagine, if this wasn't here and this was not here, then I would just integrate that and get this. But what I need to do is multiply it by the 5/8 to make it be the same as that equation up top. So from here, it's 1 over 20, sorry, not 1 over 24, it's 5 over 24, 5 over 24, and then I'm going to sub my u in. This is my u, which means I need to replace this in for the u, so I'm going to go 4x squared plus 1, and then I cube it, and I write plus c. And that's my answer for that one. And those are all your indefinite integrals.